A woman in Texas called the cops when she saw what was on a man's t-shirt at the park. Now, the snowflake is wishing that she had kept her mouth shut after getting a nasty surprise that she wasn't expecting. There never seems to be a shortage of fragile-minded gun-hating liberals, no matter where you go these days. For one man, a trip to the park with his two daughters turned into quite an ordeal after police were called by a panicked woman claiming that he was making other parents uncomfortable. According to Blue Lives Matter, a father in Benbrook, Texas, was recently confronted by police at a public park after a frantic woman called in a report alleging that his pro-gun Warrior 12 shirt was making other parents uneasy. Troy Johnston and his two daughters, ages 4 and 6, visited Castle Park on Friday, March 30, 2018, so that the children could play on the park's swings and navigate the maze. In addition to his pro-gun t-shirt, Johnston was wearing a holster on his hip with his licensed handgun in plain view, according to USARMY for Life. The t-shirt said, "I'll control my guns, you control your kids," across the back. Johnston's t-shirt also depicted an image of an Arkansas 15 rifle. "I figured I might get some comments or looks," Johnston said. "But I was legally exercising my First and Second Amendment rights." Nearly 30 minutes after Johnston's kids started playing at the park, a man walked up to him with his wife and daughter saying that a woman was fuming over what was printed on his t-shirt. In addition, the man told Johnston that the woman was bothered by the fact that he was armed. "I thanked him for letting me know and continued playing with my kids," Johnston told Blue Lives Matter. It wasn't long before another man and his family approached Johnston before asking to read his t-shirt. The man warned Johnston that his father-in-law was just harassed by a woman in the parking lot and said that she was calling the police to report Johnston. The man explained to Johnston that he didn't know why the woman was so upset and that he actually felt more secure knowing there was someone there that would protect them. Even though Johnston had planned on leaving before the second man approached him, he decided to stick around and wait for the police out of good old-fashioned decency. According to Corporal Jay Reese, who works for the Benbrook Police Department, a woman contacted the department at approximately 3:21 p.m. Emmon claimed that a suspicious person with a gun holstered to his chest was wearing a shirt that read, "You control your kids, I'll control my guns." When Reese arrived at the park, he made contact with the woman who said that Johnston was making other parents on the playground very uncomfortable with his t-shirt, the corporal wrote in his report of the incident. The subject did not act threatening to anyone, nor did he threaten anyone, Reese wrote in his report. This was definitely an unwelcome surprise for the snowflake who thought she was going to get Johnston in trouble. The woman who reported Johnston also told police that she was not worried about the gun he had holstered on his hip. She was not scared of the gun, Reese said. She was concerned about his t-shirt, he added. Johnston happily identified himself to police when they arrived as he sat in his vehicle, according to Reese. "I offered my LTC to the cops. They didn't ask," Johnston said. Reese's description of Johnston was polite. Johnston advised he knew the police had been called and was waiting to speak with officers, the report read. He was simply at the park playing with his two daughters. In my opinion, this woman should have been cited for filing a false police report. The only other parent at the park who expressed his opinion to Johnston said that he felt safer because of his presence. Thank God for law-abiding gun owners like Johnston and good cops like Reese who saw this for what it was, nonsense.